Salamta, Tena Yistaleen. This is your Wyndham Sahara Hard Tafari. Greeting you in the name of the King of Kings, Kidamama Haile Selassie, Nugus Nagasa Ethiopia, and always our black master and savior, Getachim and Hanatachin, Yeshua HaMoshiach. All right, so real quick again, and also Simbet Salam and Malcolm Ledetu. Happy Ethiopian Christmas. Let's get into this real quick. This is going to be part one. It's going to be real quick though. I'll do part two tomorrow or something, but this is part one just to get things moving. Okay, so this is one that's going to be called Who is the Man-Child in Revelations 12 and 5. I think I did a video on this before, but it wasn't really thorough. It was just real quick. This is going to be real quick too, but I got a little time. Okay, so Revelations 12 and 5. And we want to find out, because a lot say that this is Yeshua. It's a man-child to be born as Yeshua. You're a friend of mine, my brother. We was even discussing it, reasoning on it, and he was saying, well, this is him telling him, he's giving him a recap of what happened, because by this time Yeshua was already born, and Yeshua came to him, so he's seen Yeshua. Yeshua talked to him, touched him on the shoulder. So I know he didn't tell him that he's going to be born, because he's right there. What do you mean he's going to be born? But anyway, let's see what the scriptures reveal. So best in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Let's begin. Revelations 12 and 5. And I just want to deal with this verse right here. Right? And she brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with the rod of iron. And her child was caught up to Yahweh, Buruku, and to his throne. So this child was caught up to the throne of Yahweh to rule. So this is something that's going to happen. He's telling John this is something that's going to happen. Let's see. Go to Revelations 1. And we're not going to read the whole thing. We're just going to go through, hit some parts to see what he's revealing to John. So it says, Revelations 1 and 1. The revelation of Yahushua, Buruku, the Messiah, which Yahweh, Buruku, blessed be he, gave to him to show to his servants things which must shortly come to pass. Future, come to pass, right? And he sent and signified it by his angel to his servant John. Go down to verse 11. It says, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book, and send it to the 7 assemblies which are in Asia, to Ephesus, to Smyrna, to Pergamos, to Thyatira, and to Sardis, and to Philadelphia, and to Laodicea. Now, I'm looking at this real quick. I just want to put this in there. Not everybody, when they read this, they say Ephesus, right? Ephesus. But when they say Jesus, they say Jesus. They put the Z in there. That's that Zeus cult. Because they can easily say Jesus, or Jesus, or Jesus, or Jesus. But they say Jesus. That's that Zeus. Okay, but that's another teaching. Okay, and to Smyrna, okay, the Pergamos, okay. So it's saying, write in a book what thou seest, what you're seeing. The revelation. So he already said he's going to tell him what things that must shortly come to pass. That's future. Now he's saying, write the thing that you're seeing. That's right now. And we'll go to, I think, Revelations 1 and 19, 17. Right, 19. Okay. 19 says, write the things which thou hast seen, right there, the revelation, and the things which are, like what's happening, and the things which shall be hereafter. Now, you can say, well, the things that he has seen, that don't actually mean right there because he's saying the things that are. But he didn't see Yeshua being born. So he didn't write Yeshua, you know what I'm saying? He didn't write that. So the things which thou hast seen, how it talks about how it starts off. Let's go back up here. The revelation of Yeshua HaMashiach, which he gave to him, okay, to show to his servant John, who bear record of it. Blessed is he that readeth it. John, the seven assemblies, okay, go down and Yeshua HaMashiach. So he's seen all this. You see what I'm saying? Because he wrote it. So he says, see the things that are even in the world and things to come. Right? Write these things which thou hast seen, things which are, and things which shall be hereafter. Hereafter. Show what did 12 say? She brought forth a man child who was to rule all nations with the rod of iron. Her child was caught up to Yahweh and to his throne. So who was telling this? Didn't it say Yeshua came to show John his servant? So Yeshua is showing him all this. He's not telling him that he's going to be born himself. But the child that's born is Christ. The second advent of Christ. That return of Christ that everyone's been waiting for. That happened. But that's going to be part 2. I just wanted to, to loosen you up a little bit, get your mind frame right, get your sacred scriptures and your pen and your pad, write this down, go look into it. You know what, if you go to the, let's see, I got it up here. If I go to, I got it right here. If you want to go to the KJV, right, it says the child Christ, and that's 12 and 5. So this child being born, and she brought forth a man child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up to Elohim and to his throne. So now, if the child was to rule all nations, you got to think about it. When Yeshua walked the earth, did he rule all nations? Did he sit on the throne? No. It was prophesied that he was going to, right? But when he walked the earth, he came as the sacrificial lamb, right? This one here is going to rule. When this woman bring forth the man child, and he grows up, he's going to rule and sit on the throne of Elohim, the king. It's the king, right? Now, if we go to Daniel real quick, 7 and 13, it says, I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man. We all know that's Yeshua, right? And what? Came with the clouds of heaven. Didn't say he came in the clouds. He said he came with the clouds of heaven, like a cloud of people, right? A cloud of angels. So he came with the clouds of heaven and came to who? The Ancient of Days. Because see, now the man child is grown up. So he came to the Ancient of Days, right? And brought him, and they, Yeshua and the clouds, brought him near before him. Before who? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if we can find out who. Is that Revelations 12 and 5? And her child was caught up to Yahweh and to his throne. What did it say? Clouds of heaven came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him what? Dominion and glory in a kingdom that what? All people, nations, and language should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and it hasn't. And his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed, and it won't, and it hasn't. So this man child is the same person that it's talking about. How do we know? Because 7 and 9 says that it's the Ancient of Days, and I beheld to the throne were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like pure wool. His throne was like a fiery flame, and his wheels as a burning fire. Now watch this. It says here that his garment was white as snow. It don't say his hair was white as snow here. It says garment was white as snow. But the hair of his head is like the pure wool. You know, that afro, that brotherly love, that good hair. Them kingdom hair, you know. So here, and this is the Ancient of Days. So they brought the Ancient of Days, right, to the throne. And you got to remember, this event takes place when? I beheld to the thrones were cast down. What thrones? The thrones of the kingdoms of the beast before all these 4 kingdoms. So at the time that these kingdoms were thrown down, cast down, right? That's at the time that the Ancient of Days was sit. So that happened. You got to look at history. You see history and Elohim moving together. You see the scriptures moving with history. When they don't suppress it, but you got to dig. You got to be diligent and dig. So this is a 12-minute video. I ain't even mean to be this long. This is part 1. Like I said, I'm going to come soon with the part 2. Just something you can look up. Check it out. Study on your own and for guidance. And I leave you in Yeshua Shalom on the Shabbat Shalom in the name of the King of Kings. Kedemawi Haile Selassie Negus Neges Ethiopia. Malcolm Ledetu. Shalom.